piece is called Winter Evening. Pianist Sasha Kasman-Lauda gave that performance at Steinway Hall in New York City. That was part of a sneak preview concert presented by the American Pianists Awards. Sasha Kasman-Lauda is one of 5 finalists for the 2025 American Pianists Awards. Competition concerts are actually spread out between now and April. The final concerts are taking place April 4th and 5th in Indianapolis. We'll be tracking the competition and keeping you up to date between now and then here on PT. In a moment, a sparkling new concerto for flute and orchestra. You're listening to APM's Performance Today.
I'm Mindy Heisel, music director here at WVIK Classical. It is Friday and last call on the music side. So a $5 Friday is what we have in store for you. A $5 a month sustaining membership, and you'll receive a one-year digital Babbel membership or a one-year digital New York Times Games subscription. Make that pledge right now online at WVIK.org or call us at 794-7500.
Thanks for tuning in during WVIK's Pledge Drive. And thank you to the following members of the Challengers Circle, whose support provides the matching funds that amplify the impact of our Pledge Drive. Thanks to Tom and Tracy Leach from Winnetka, Mrs. Margaret Lee of Moline, Ms. Mary Lind of Moline, and the Regional Development Authority. Thanks for your support of WVIK Quad Cities NPR.
I'm Fred Child, and I'd like to share with you now a brand new 20-minute piece of music that really touched me when I heard it recently. It's a work by composer Joe Tien, a new concerto for his longtime friend and collaborator, flutist Mimi Stillman. Mimi Stillman told me that she and Joe Tien connected over the creative process.
Joe asked me to send him recordings of my favorite flute works, and it was interesting because I realized that so many of the moments that speak to me the most are not necessarily about what the flute can do, but just about moments of deep musical communication. So in addition to major flute works, there was a moment of a Mahler symphony, and of course, tons of Debussy and Ravel. And Joe and I very much connected on that, about just music as a whole, and then that his goal in writing was to write something that really just brings out the soul of the instrument, and I think he could not have done it better.
Mimi Stillman told me about some moments in the piece that are special for her.
Near the end of the first movement, where the music returns to slow, is just very, very emotional for me. The way Joe uses low flute, and just he's masterful at orchestration. So you'll really hear members of the orchestra or kind of solo and chamber moments, as well as big full orchestra, brilliant moments of everyone. And that kind of happens there. It's very, very poignant as it kind of calms down to this very ethereal close of that Irises movement. I also really love, kind of throughout the third movement, Joe and I have spoken about how in some ways that's the emotional core of the concerto in some ways, that there's a moment when it's been more active and there's bravura horn, and then the action stops and just flute enters with solo bassoon, and it almost feels a little bit like flute in continuo type orchestration before it just builds to this very memorable, like singing, soaring climax. So I don't want to give it away.
And if she doesn't want to give it away, far be it from me to give away that special moment. But let's hear the whole piece now. The world premiere recording, Mimi Stillman playing the solo flute, Colonel Jason Fettig conducting the United States Marine Chamber Orchestra. It's the brand new Concerto for Flute by composer Joe Tien.
really great opportunity for you to win something amazing by getting involved at $12 a month. And sticking around and giving $12 a month for the changed lives and the impact that you will have, your $12 a month will have on millions of people as they every single day tune in to hear messages of hope and encouragement and forgiveness and goodness every single day. It is such a beautiful gift. $3 a week, $12 a month. We're looking for our first and final 20 people at $12 a month because Scott's right. We give this away in just over an hour. klove.com is how you get involved. You're 800-525-5683.
You know, you're just mentioning your daughter, and I was thinking about my own kids. We spend a lot of money on our kids, whether it's for music lessons or sports equipment or any various sundry of things. And the reason why is because we want our kids to be blessed. We want our kids to be able to thrive. And there is nothing better than investing as a parent in your kids' lives spiritually. And I love that Lisa is giving $50 a month. And she says, the reason why is because my kids have started singing along to all the songs, and it brings me pure joy watching their faith grow. And that's what you're giving toward. You're giving toward not only your kids growing in their faith, but kids all across the country listening and